Okay. So to play against Eve, the trick to not get ganked, okay, there's a few like tricks you can do. The first is especially if you're playing mid. Were you blue or red side? Hold on. I'll show you both though, because I'm a nice guy. First thing, if you're playing blue side, what you want to do, you were blue side, okay. Where you want to be warding is right here. Is one of the spots. That's one of your go-to spots to ward. Is that can you see that? Is that like hard to see? Oh shit. Let me do this. Let me zoom in. That might make it a little easier, right? Can I full screen? Perfect. Okay. So your main wards that you're gonna want to go for, right? You want to get this. Oh, here, let me do this actually. I'll make red trinket and then this will be yellow for the regular wards. So we'll say that blue is your pink ward. So this is pink. I'm gonna just write it over here so I remember, because otherwise I'll forget. It's like my key. Trinket. Ah, fucking, there you go. I use yellow and violet. Okay, yeah, that's helpful. Your main warding spot is gonna be right here. Okay, you want to get a ward here. You can try to get a ward here, is another good spot. Another one, if you can ideally get it, okay, is this one's a little less uncommon. So I'll number, like prioritize which ones you want to be going for, right? That's a good one. Putting a pink ward right here is really good. Putting a pink ward right here is also really good. But I'm not a big fan of the really close pink wards personally. I don't think these are as good. Whereas if you go for something like, personally, I'm a big fan of this spot right here. These two spots by the Raptors, these little entrances, holy shit, they make a difference. But I think pink warding this blue one, I think you're better off putting it right here. Or if you're playing red side, you'll want to mirror it right here. Generally, people, they agree that that pink ward is not as valuable, okay? That's usually what's said, is they say it's not as valuable, but I think against Eve it doesn't matter, because with Eve, she does get seen, right? She does get seen on pinks, right? Or did they change that? Fuck, dude, they changed Eve so much. She's been reworked so much since I've been playing. I gotta look. She only gets stealth on 6? Oh shit, I didn't know you didn't get stealth till 6. I didn't know that. They are revealed by pink words. Okay, good. So what you're gonna want to do ideally, if you're playing Talon, right? So in that specific game, your fucking bot lane was inting, right? Which kind of blows. But because your bot lane's inting, it means, I'm assuming it was Eve camping topside. Where was Eve primarily ganking from? Do you know? Because the thing is, I can't watch a replay, so I don't know. But this is like as good as I can get. If that makes sense. If you can roughly tell me where Eve was, oh, he left. Oh, then, oh, never mind, he didn't. What the fuck? Chat's not updating. Topside? Okay. So, yeah, exactly. This is the ward. This is the one you want. Okay, your priorities for wards are going to be, let me get a white. White might make it. You're going to have 1. This is your main priority ward. You want to have this ward down for your trinket, okay? If you have a spare trinket, you want to go for 2. This also protects your jungle and it helps you roam. And then it can also watch from, like, behind, if that makes sense. I was the only lane that won. Yeah, dude, that happens. If you're the only lane that's winning, you have to pay more attention than you would ever pay attention, if that makes sense. Vigor would always flash and E around me. Well, you got to keep in mind, flash is a 5-minute cooldown, okay? So even if he's flashing and burning flash, the trick, dude, with Talon, if you're winning lane, you need to be roaming. You need to shove lane with Tiamat, and you need to fucking book it to another lane that can win, okay? Since your set was inting and already, like, it looked like his lane was already over, right? Oh, and then your other priority pink ward's going to be, right. You have 2 pink ward options, actually. This one's also kind of relevant because of drag. This one's not going to be good. You don't want this one. even though Eve's playing around topside, because she's playing around topside, this ward will get seen right away. She'll notice it right away, right? Whereas if you do this one, okay, this pink ward over here, right? The range of this pink ward vision is going to be around like this, right? The range of the pink ward is going to be that. So if Eve is stealth, okay, here's the thing, right? If Eve is stealth and then your other ward is like, it gets vision of like this, okay? It's like roughly that, roughly. You can like imagine, right? But honestly, the only way Eve is going to get to you is doing this, which is a super awkward pathing that most players aren't going to do, okay? Most players go from point A to point B as quick as they can. It's not until you're getting to super high level that people start doing weird pathing like this, okay? But if you have your ward, okay, when she clears raptors, because her camouflage has a 2-second cooldown, unless she clears raptors and then waits 2 seconds and then stealths, which I'm going to tell you right now, if you're pushing right here in the lane, I can almost guarantee you the Eve is just going to fucking walk, because she knows by the time she gets to around here, the steps, that she will be stealth and a ward in this bush is not going to see her, okay? And that's what most players play around, okay? They don't think fucking all the way through, but I'm going to teach you to be a better player and think all the way through, right? So if you're pushing up mid, right? What you want to do is, because you're going to be roaming bot as much as you can, you want to cover your bases topside, which is where the Eve was ganking. But after about the second gank, okay, you should roughly know where she is. You get a ward on her raptors as soon as you can. Actually, in fact, you can ward that shit earlier if you want. Like, fucking, you push up, like you're pushing up to the Veigar, right? You just walk over and put a ward right there on her raptors. If you know if raptors are cleared, she's topside. If they're not cleared, she's bot side. And if you put a ward here, you can see her after she's clearing red or raptors, or if she gets done hitting like a ward or clearing shit out, right? So your ward priorities are going to be, this is another one that you're going to want to prioritize. So with your pink ward, you're going to want to put it here. Your yellow trinket, you're going to want to put it there. And then your second yellow trinket, when it comes up, you'll want to put it roughly in this area. You're going to want to put it bot side, because Eve is going to smarten up, okay? She's going to figure out that you have it warded eventually. If she gets to like, and then the trick, okay, there's tricks. You can like play it. You can fuck with her real hard because you have knowledge of where she is so far in advance, right? It's not super close. You can mind game them, right? You see her clearing raptors. You can actually, if you see her here, it's like, okay, raptors. She is going to come for me because I am pushed up in my lane right here, right? Say we're going to imagine you're right here, okay? If we're imagining you're right there in the lane, what you can, oh shit, that like cleared the map. That wasn't what I wanted. Whatever. We imagine you're fucking here, right? She's clearing raptors. You know she's there. What you can do is waste her time is the best thing you can do, right? So Talon, Talon's a slippery fuck, right? He fucking jumps and parkours over walls and shit. So what you can do, there's a few things. The first is you can play, you have a couple options. You can play here. Try to bait her. Try to get her to come this way. You just pop over the wall, right? You waste her time. You waste her time. That's it. But that's a very remedial way to waste her time. The 200 IQ play, okay, to waste her time is to play in this partition of the lane, okay? You're going to want to play in this area. Is the ideal area to play. When you have vision like this and you know where the Eve is. And the reason being, you're just far enough in lane that it looks gankable. And most junglers are not smart enough to analyze lane states and know what is and what isn't gankable, right? So if you're playing in this slightly past halfway in the river, but a little bit more on their side of the map, because you're playing Talon, the trick is you hug a wall. You want to be hugging one of these sides of the walls. You don't want to play in the middle of the lane. You want to be playing on the side, upper middle, if that makes sense. So like, ideally, you want to be in like this area. Wherever the blue lines are, like this, if this makes sense. This is like the areas you want to be playing in. You don't want to be playing in the middle. If you're playing in the sides, the trick, what I personally would do is I would play right around here. Is what I would do. This is my ideal pocket, if that makes sense. Eve is at Raptors. Okay, scenario, Eve is at Raptors. She's gonna loop around. You want to bait her into coming. You know you're not going to die to her because you know she's coming, okay? So you get into her head, right? You wiggle a little bit back and forth. You know, you fuck around a little bit in the mid. You keep them interested. You see Eve is walking up. You can count it in your head how long it's going to take. You can just fucking watch and count, and you'll figure it out. She gets to right around here. She's still going to be stealth. By this time, you might have the charm on you. You just fucking flip over the wall. You flip over the wall. If she's here and like someone's coming, flip over the other wall, okay? And then if you really get bad, flip over this wall. You can fucking just get halfway across the fucking map, okay? The best thing you can do though in a situation like that, if you're playing this pocket, is what you can do is when the Eve's coming, you just walk down. You just straight up fucking walk down. You fucking wiggle back and forth till she gets to right around here in the lane. Right around here in the lane is to the point where she is already committed to the gank. But because you're playing so far over, you just walk down, okay? And then you fucking roam bot lane, okay? Even though bot lane knows you're coming, what you're doing is you're pressuring bot lane by threatening the roam, right? Their bot lane's gonna have to back up because it's like, oh shit, Talon one lane. We need to fucking back up. He's running bot lane, right? But, so, okay? So you run bot lane. All you need to do is play in, you just need to play in fucking this area. You don't even need to fucking go bot lane. That's the trick. That's what people don't tell you. Fucking leaving lane is pressure, okay? If they leave lane, the bot lane backs up. You play in this area. Once their bot lane is fucking backed up, you go back to your mid lane once you think Eve is gone, and you just go the safe way. You just go this way. And then because you have this warded, if Eve does try to come from behind, you have it warded. If she tries to take your shit, right? Because she gets frustrated because she can't gank your ass. Does that, like, roughly make sense? Does, like, everything I said, do you have any, like, questions? I know I can't look at the replay, but like this is as good as I can get for you, and I feel like this is still helpful for like most people. That's how you play against around yeah, I was trying to like talk and like use figurative ways that it's like anyone will understand this. This is how you play against like I like to do these ward spots with so the junglers you can do this against is you can do Rek'Sai's one of them, right? Rek'Sai's a good one. Zac, Eve, Twitch, Heck, Rammus. I'm trying to think who else would be, this is pretty relevant against. And probably Set as well. These are all warding patterns for these junglers, okay? If you're against any of these junglers, you're going to need to set up wards roughly similar to this setup. And the reason why all of these are on, I mean, do you know why I put all these champs on here? I'm assuming you're going to, but if you don't, I can tell you as well. It's not a big deal. Do you understand why all of these junglers are on here? Because I can give you a reason for all of them. Kha'Zix would also be on here. I would think about putting Cub. Set? Okay. I figured that might be why. So Set, the popular build right now for the jungle is people take Phase Rush into, and they take Hex Slash, right? Yeah. High mobility. Yep, exactly. Set is the same way. The Twitch, the cloak. Yep. Okay, so Set, what he does is, what Set likes to do is he likes to Hex Flash over walls, is like ideally, because what they do is they take Hex Flash and Nimbus Cloak, right? So what they do is they like to set up like right here. They'll set up right here, and mid lane, and they'll fucking Hex Flash behind you with Nimbus Cloak, pull you in with E, and then you're kind of boned, right? So by putting the wards here, you basically shut down all the common like cheeky Set ganks, and if he's just running into the lane, you're not going to fall for a gank because you're covered. You can see him if he's coming to this bush. You're just going to play around the topside vision that you do have, and then you're going to be wanting to be roaming bot lane, you know? You're pretty much covered if you do this. Like, just with those 3 wards, and this pink ward right here, I'm telling you right now, this pink ward's going to last you damn near the whole game. Be careful with this pink ward, though. Make sure that when you do it, you put it at the edge of the bush right here, and not farther back. If you put it farther back, because of the way the map's geography is, you actually lose a significant amount of vision. So if you put it, here, if you put, I'll make this a little darker. If you put it, like, back here, Oh, that's really fucking hard to see, actually. Do I have a lighter one? Here we go. All matchups are... I mean, you just got to get creative, man. It's like... How I like to think about wards is not necessarily for vision. Because, like, yes, that's what they're for. But, like, not vision for ganking, if that makes sense. Because you'll get to the point where you'll get good enough at tracking where it's like, okay, and I encourage you to play jungle so you can like kind of learn tracking, but pretty much if you know where the jungler starts, you roughly know within 30 seconds roughly where he's gonna be and when. Okay, if he's starting red buff and you know what jungler it is, most junglers have similar paths. Like right now the meta is like it's 12 CS gank or 16. You can look at their CS numbers, right? So 12 CS is 1, 2, you go, or no, you go, how do they do it nowadays? I think it's a blue side thing, isn't it? You go blue, Gromp, red. Is that the one? And then the other one's blue, Gromp, wolves. And then the other one's like red, raptors, wolves, blue, gank. And then there's the full clear, but the only full clear junglers are like Shyvana is like the only relevant one right now, I think. I don't think there's like any other like, because most jungler, maybe Fiddlesticks, but I mean even then he can still gank. Oh, Fiddlesticks, these words work pretty well for Fiddle too, just because he has ult. But like sometimes you'll want to switch up your wards because like not all junglers will gank topside. This is for the Eve that was ganking topside. If they're ganking bot side, you're gonna have to switch it up, but you can still mirror it on the other side, right? You can still put this ward down. You can still pink ward this bush instead if you're mirroring to like the other side. And then if you're playing red side, it's the same thing, right? You just mirror this. But blue side, if they're ganking primarily bot lane, you can put another pink ward here. You still can get your ward here, this ward, and then you can still ward over here if you want, although this is a very uncommon gank path. But if they have a top laner with like a lot of mobility or dive potential, like Trind, Camille, who else can dive really well? Specifically, Trind and Camille are kind of the cancer ones. Malphite can like ult over the wall and shit, but the odds of him roaming is kind of weird. Renekton maybe, like shit that can tower dive you, right? Then you can think about putting a ward here or here. I think this one's a better priority than this one though, if that makes sense. Okay, good thing I went MR runes. They're jungle and